Hello, welcome back to Budget Bangers. I'm gonna crack on with this Fiesta. I'm not letting the rain stop me. Broke my gazebo out. I've got my bumper and my bonnet back from paint, and a logbook's already on its way for this thing. So we'll get it sorted, get it back together, have it looking like a car for once. I did try doing the paint work myself. It's not bad, but it's not great. I'm sure the camera doesn't do it justice. It makes it actually look better than what it is, which, considering how it looks on camera, says a lot, because it looks terrible on camera, so it looks a lot worse in person. Yeah. Bit of a story with this car. Obviously I've not really featured it much. It's just a 2007 Fiesta that I bought for £330. 81,000 mile on it, I think it's got. Still had some tests on it when I bought it. I probably could have sold it as it was, making a bit of a profit. But I looked at it and I thought, there's a nice car here. It's been a bit of a young lad's sort of car, which these typically are, you know. But somebody spent money on it. Them wheels, they've been refurbished. Somebody's colour coded the wing mirrors. Yeah, and then there's just telltale signs all over. Somebody's even upgraded the side repeaters and things like that. There was just signs there that somebody has loved this car. And I thought to myself, I could keep it as it is, sell it, make a little profit. Or I can do some work to this, get it to be an excellent example. And yeah, it's still going to be a cheap car. There was a profit to be made in it once I'd done all the work. I've done a lot more than, I'll be honest, I've done a lot more than probably what I should have done. You know, I could have probably looked around and paid, you know, I probably could have got away with the bonnet. The old bonnet, the original bonnet had a dent here which is being fixed, which is being painted. I maybe could have let that go. It did have a crack in the bumper, which I've got out the back somewhere. It would have failed its MOT on it because there were sharp edges. But luckily, mk6 Fiesta love these cars. I have parts for them all over, and this was my spare bonnet that I tried to paint, and I thought, no, I'll just send them the original one. So I had a bonnet and I had a bumper, and I thought, why not? So yeah, I'm always interested in Fiestas at this age. Which are mk6, which 2002 to 2005-6 sort of time was the pre-facelift models, and then you got 2006 to 2008 on a 58 is the facelift. There's a bit of sometimes you can get the neck shape up in a 58. It depends on when they were registered. But yeah, I'm always interested in these. I always buy them. I buy them all the time. I love them. I think they're cracking cars. And this one's just wanted a bit of general TLC just to get it back to where it needs to be a nice 80,000 mile car. I've done a timing belt on it. I've even put a new auxiliary belt on. I put a second-hand power steering pump on, because that was leaking. It's mostly been a general tidy up. I've done a back box. Yeah, and it generally just wanted a bit of TLC. It's been a bit of a young lad's car that's, you know, he's tried to do things on it themselves. Put a new radio surrounding, because I tried to take the stereo out without the keys and broke it. Yeah, I've had to do some work with the window regulators. I put a window regulator in the passenger side, and I had to put a motor in the driver's side. But I did order a regulator for this side, but turned out the cog on the motor had snapped, which I maybe should have recorded this because it was a good little fix. I have a door out the back that had a motor for a passenger side. So what I did is I got both motors. I took the cog that was broken out of the driver's side and swapped it over with the good one off the passenger side. So in a sense, I've ruined a good motor for a passenger side if I ever need one, but I fixed this. But this is, as I said, it's going to be a nice car. It looks like a bit of a dumping ground at the minute. And you can see the radio surround where they absolutely butchered it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how these seats clean up, because that's black. It's supposed to be blue, like a darkish blue, which you can't really. This driver's seat really needs a good clean, because look, that's the passenger seat, which is not even clean, but it's cleaner. So yeah, this driver's seat hopefully will be transformed. It's going to take some graft to get this seat right, but this car deserves it. It deserves it. It's going to have its odd little marks. There's some marks here that I've touched in, which I'll be honest, I think happened here. Yeah, sometimes when I get my wheelie bins out, I don't pay that much attention. Sometimes my cars. I've painted this. It's had a spoiler stuck to it at some point in its life, so I painted that myself, which looks a lot better than the bumper. I seem to be able to do small amounts of painting a lot easier than bigger panels. Bigger panels just seem to react completely different. I could do a smart repair on the bumper here quite nicely, but if I had to paint this whole quarter, I'd make a mess of it. Yeah, I've done a bit of a smart repair here, which the colour match isn't perfect. It's got a bit mucky since I've done it, but as you can see, there was a big old dent here somewhere, I think, but that's come up nice bit of work, if I do say so myself. But yeah, these are just great cars, great simple little cars, easy to work on, you know, parts aren't expensive. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how this thing cleans up, because in my head this is going to be a fantastic little car. It's going to, and I can already tell the sort of person that would probably end up buying it. It's going to be a young lad who's probably just passed his test, because it's got that aura about it. Inside stinks a bit. It has been smoked in, which is a shame. But there was like a mountain of like Coke cans and energy drink cans and things like that in it, and you know, the usual links giving air fresheners and typical boil sort of stuff. But yeah, this is going to be such a nice car when I'm done. I was only an hour as to whether it was to just keep this, because it is nice, but then I came across my Kia and I decided to go with that. So yeah, so let's get this bonnet up, which is just, I would say fitted, but it's not. It's just held on by the latch just to stop any of the elements getting into the engine bay, and we'll get these other panels fitted. My body shop has done a cracking job. I'm over the moon with it. A lot of the times, as you say, you pay for what you get. when it comes to body shops, which is very true. But yeah, he's cheap, but if you give him time with stuff, he does a fantastic job. So yeah, we'll get cracking. Look at how good that looks. Yeah. I have to be careful because I'm going to end up getting attached to this car. I've still got this side to put in, but I just put all this together and started getting a bit enthusiastic for it. I need to get a tow nightclub. You can buy them off eBay ready painted, and I've painted the plastics black because I didn't want these dull grey plastic trims to kind of ruin it. I'll be honest with you, it looks fantastic. So chuffed how this car's going to turn out. Right then, and that's it, it's all built up. It looks absolutely fantastic. Well, for a little Fiesta anyway. As I said, I love these cars. See how nice these headlights look. They were polished up in the last video. Look, almost as good as new. I've got a little bit of fettling to do here. It just sticks out just a tiny bit. Yeah, can't believe how much it's absolutely transformed this car. I'll go and get the old bumper and I'll show you what that looked like. Here we've got the old bumper. As you can see, it's knackered. That just had cable ties in it, but all this was still sticking out, which leaves a sharp edge. If I wanted to, I probably could have bodged it up and got it through an MOT, but it just wouldn't have looked appealing in the slightest. Nobody would have bought it. It's even got like damage behind where the number plate was, and I think there's a bit of damage over here as well. Yeah, it wouldn't have been good. It wouldn't have done the car any justice. It's knackered, basically. There's no damage to any structure behind it. But there, that just looks so much better. Got a bit of fettling to do. I've had a bit of fettling to do with the lights. It's got all new bulbs in. I had a bit of a problem with this. This is one of the bulb holders for the indicator. My indicator wasn't working. It actually goes on the underside of the headlight, like that. And it wasn't making a good connection with the bulb and just wasn't working. But luckily I had my spare headlight, which I just went and robbed that out, so it's always good to have spares. That's why you never really tend to chuck stuff away. And then got a little bit of work to do sussing out the fog lights. None of my fog lights ain't working. It doesn't seem to come up on the dash. I'm assuming that's going to be the switch. So that's not the end of the world. Yeah, this just looks so good. Top quality work by my body shop. I won't give any names, mentions or anything like that, because I don't know whether he'd want that. But yeah, and I made the right decision painting all these grills as well, just in gloss black. They've absolutely just elevated. They would have just looked so dull. I still got some tweaking to do here and there to get it 100%, but I just wanted to get it back together. But yeah, so easy to do as well. I'll pop the bonnet and we'll have a look and I'll talk you through it. Now, in terms of working on these cars, they are so simple to work on, which is one of the reasons why I love them. They're a great car to cut your teeth in and just basically learn the trade. To get the bumper off, so straightforward. So the tab here and here, pop them out. it clips in along the bottom. It basically just pops out of them clips. Be careful, make sure you don't break that because they get broken all the time. And then to get the headlights out, got a T30 there, there and there, and it's got a clip in the bottom here, and it pops off that clip, unplug it, and your headlights out. And the same with the other side, which is such a great idea with Ford to have them like that. And then in terms of getting the bumper off, you have some screws in here on either side, 3 at the top, and then generally there's like a tray that clips in across the bottom. This one's long gone, but and that's basically it. It's off. Obviously unplugging fog lights and things like that to consider, but yeah, you don't even need a ramp. You don't even need a ramp to take this off. It's so easy. With the headlights out, you can get right to most of the screws off. There's a couple of self tappers which 9 times out of 10 are either broken off or will break off, holding the inner arch in. But yeah, just so easy to work on. I love them. They're great. The only disappointment I really have with this whole front end is I'm struggling to find the right size badge. But I had this one on the grill that I had laid about, which actually isn't too bad. It's lost its blue, but it's got like this nice little chrome effect which goes with the silver, which I actually don't mind. It just looks like a chrome Ford badge, which I like. But yeah, I'm going to be having a bit more focus on this car now, because my Mariva, which you see in the background there, is still up for sale, and obviously the woman with the lay on isn't back from her holidays yet, so I can't do anything with that. So yeah, I'm going to focus on this one because I've been looking. I was thinking this would be an 1195 car, which the more and more I look at it, I'm thinking it's too cheap. And I'm looking, seeing what they're going for on Facebook and Marketplace and things like that, and they're still crazy. These are like a 1,500 quid motor selling privately. This to me could quite easily be on dealers forecourt 2295, 2495 maybe, if you wanted to try your luck. Especially with the level of work I've put into this, this could undoubtedly be one of the best ones out there. It looks phenomenal. But yeah, thanks for watching anyway. All the links in the description for my Facebook page, my TikTok page, and things like that will all be in the description down below. Please hit that subscribe button if you like my content. Give us a thumbs up, and even leave a comment. I'm quite happy to talk to yous. Get back to all your comments. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.